They entered Sinjar. They took women. They took young people. They took children with the intention of selling them. Before they arrived, we escaped.
I think that there is no hope and there is no future here. Especially like most of the people here are already running and traveling to Europe and just getting away from Iraq. So I'm also thinking about leaving, but...
The cry of Iraqi and Syrian refugees who fled from their homeland after the advent of the self-proclaimed Islamic State has gone around the world for nearly 2 years. Expressions like ISIS and jihad pervade the media, often creating confusion on the terms in question. A new book entitled The Caliphate of Terror by Italian journalist Maurizio Molinari, Middle East correspondent for the newspaper La Stampa, sheds light on this new form of terrorism. The Caliphate is characterized by 3 features: the reference to the origins of Islam, namely to Bilad al-Sham, the great common land of the Arab peoples of the Middle East; an ideology centered on the use of absolute violence against enemies, Shiites, Christians, Jews, and all Sunnis who do not think like them; and then the state project, the will to create a state with its functions and based on a good administration. It is this state dimension that distinguishes ISIS from Al-Qaeda, which was a traditional type of terrorist organization. Molinari's essay, published by Rizzoli, was recently presented at the Italian Cultural Institute in Tel Aviv. During the meeting, a historical overview of extremism within Islam was given by historian and journalist Paolo Mieli.
Califfato attuale si propone di annullare.
The Caliphate has the goal of erasing the divisions that were created between Arab states at the end of World War I, in an agreement between English and French ministers. The entire Arab and Muslim world was divided up with a few pen strokes, putting together tribes and religious sects that had nothing to do with each other, and creating essentially artificial states.
Tribù e sette religiose che non c'entravano l'una con l'altra, e creando degli stati sostanzialmente artificiali.
With the excellent analytical and writing skills that characterize his work, Maurizio Molinari frames the phenomenon in its complexity and tragedy in less than 200 pages. Starting with the historical context, it's a journey through the most dramatic aspects of the Caliphate and ends by formulating the threat that the Islamic State, paraphrasing the subtitle of the book, is for the West and for the whole world.
Per il momento il massimo numero di persone.
For the time being, the greatest number of people killed have been other Muslims, of the Shiite branch. But they are also committed to carrying out their offensive in Rome. They say it on all their posters, in all of their statements, and they are committed to persecuting Christians and Catholics in a special way.
In particolare contro I cristiani, contro I cattolici.
There must be a European policy to combat radicalization. There must be a policy from a security point of view in order to stop the territorial expansion of the Islamic State in the Middle East. There must be a political solution. There must be a diplomatic compromise to end the war in Syria and to try to create the conditions to resolve the humanitarian crisis.
History is accelerating. In the Middle East, states are disappearing. We are back to a tribal dimension of violence as well as cohabitation. For all of us, it is time to be humble, study, and try to understand what is happening through a moment of collective reflection that absolutely must take place before making political decisions on what actions to take.